Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about Stoicism in this video. I'm going to make this a shorter video. I made one, it's really long, really complete. So this is going to be the shortened version of that. I'm not even sure if I'm going to upload that video. Okay, so this is what makes the difference. First of all, most people that do Stoic videos are not Stoic at all. They don't even know what it actually means. They're making videos where they're repeating words and saying the right thing, but they don't know what they're talking about. Number two, and this is the part that makes the real difference. So number one is they don't know what they're talking about. They're just repeating. It's like, here's what they're doing. They're doing a very left brain male thing. Just tell them what they want to hear. And this is what pisses women off, because in the beginning it's like, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. But then she spends time with him and she's like, well, hey, where's all that talk you were talking about? Where's all that way of being? And he's kind of looking at her like, well, I mean, I said words out of my mouth. But he doesn't even know what those words mean, let alone the second part. We are living in a time with two younger generations, which probably most of you are a part of, that is all about, well, what's the right thing to say, Mike? And that's the wrong thing to say. I'm just going to say it, we're living in a fake generation. People are so surface level, they don't even know that they don't even know when they're talking about something. Literally, people like me watch these videos going, man, that guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. He has no clue, like zero. So here's the second part. How? Imagine you come to me for coaching and therapy and say, you know what your problem is? You need to make $1 million a year. That's your problem. So go out and do it. Any idiot can tell anyone you need to get rich. It's the smart one that can say, let me show you how. The worst part about watching these Stoic videos is they don't even know that there is an how. They don't even know that a how exists. They just think, well, you just got to be stoic. What the fuck does that even fucking mean? So one of the differences between me and a lot of people, and I started figuring this out about 15 years ago. This is me getting ready for a national kickboxing fight. Okay, we're going super light. This is about 4 or 5 days before the actual event. He's getting ready for a national title fight too. To defend his title. The thing with me is I started boxing at a really, really young age. I remember the first time my coach threw me in the ring for sparring, and this kid who was better than me, he popped me right in the nose and bam, I mean, it stung and water just poured out of my eyes. I couldn't see anything. This guy's just beating the shit out of me and talking about fucking pain. Coach goes in the ring, breaks us up. He goes, all right, that's enough for today. And he puts me outside, and I was kind of crying and hurt and all that shit. He goes, now do you understand why you have to learn how to do the techniques properly? And I'm like, yes. Like, oh man, that was one hell of a lesson. And I realized later in life, a lot of guys never really got that lesson. Even there were guys on the football team, I'd say more than 50% of the guys on the team, they didn't really want to start. They didn't really want to try hard. They didn't want to really develop and learn and become the starter or anything like that, let alone, and even if they did get in the game, when they hit, they'd kind of cover up and take the impact and soften it, whereas me, I'm running fucking through people. My point is, at a young age, I had to learn how to deal with reality, so everything was reality-based. Most people now are living in non-reality, where they don't even know what reality is. What's going to happen to a lot of you guys, you're going to listen to a lot of the Stoic videos and a lot of other videos, and you're going to go, okay, I understand now, I understand. You're going to do what they say and follow through, and all it's going to do is screw you up. Because you're like, well, this is what they said. I'm like, yeah, but they didn't tell you how to do it. And you're like, how to do what? What they said. That was me effectively kicking Randy in the balls. Actually, Randy would lift his leg up and he would put it over mine, which would slide my foot down into his groin. He kept doing that. And I'm like, dude, well, you gotta stop fucking doing that, bro. You either block it or you fucking, take the gut shot. At this point in sparring, we were both pretty beat up. I think Randy was, not just from today, but from over the last 8 weeks of training. By the way, we went a lot harder than this during those 8 weeks, especially the 2 weeks leading up to this. This day and the day before were light days. Oh yeah, that's me in the white. Okay, so I'm going to get right to it after... Actually, I'm going to cut this video right here. Watch this. Oh yeah. Knocking them around. Okay, so I saw the Stoic video and it says... it makes him grounded, and grounded men are dangerous. Now, as he talks after this for the next 4 or 5 minutes, he never tells you what the hell is grounded. Like, what is that? Secondly, once again, the key component, which for some reason every video leaves out, he never tells you how to ground. Now, a lot of stuff I teach, you have to come in to learn how to do it. It's just difficult if you don't do it the way I do it. But I do give you some tips here and there, okay? And how to do this and how to do that, okay? Now, right now, by the way, this would be a great time because I have 2 YouTube channels. For everyone on either channel or social media, I'm out advertising saying, hey, right now, you can come in for $79 and do a session on anything that you want, from emotional healing, energy healing, internal awareness, and emotional grounding techniques, which this guy in the Stoic video is talking about, or anything else, any of the coaching stuff, any of the healing work. $79, guys. I normally charge $250 per session, and the sessions last an hour and a half, can last to about 2 hours to 2 hours and 15 minutes, so put some time aside just in case. For the internal awareness and grounding techniques, probably should be about an hour and a half, but just in case. And this is for Christmas only. It's my special that goes to the 31st of December. Now, in the next image, he talks about how attention is currency, and yet he has zero clue what the hell he's talking about. I bet right now, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop and think for a moment. What does it mean when it says attention is currency? And most men spend it recklessly. He is right about that, but he has no idea what it is. So type down or write out with a pen and paper what you think this means. I bet you're wrong. Go ahead, write it down. What do you think this means? So he went on to say, well, don't answer every text message she sends you. Don't call her back right away. Don't text her too much. You're just giving her too much attention recklessly. Blah, 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 blah. By the way, he's completely, listen closely, completely wrong. He's not even in the same baseball diamond. He's not even in the same city. He's not even in the same state. He's not even on the same planet. That's how far off this guy is. And you guys are listening to these fuckers. And then 10, 15 years later, women are just all bad. It's all women. Not having no idea that you were doing something so fucking wrong and had no idea. Okay, you ready to hear the answer? What this is really about, attention is currency. It's your awareness. When most men talk to women, their awareness goes from their eyes or forehead out to the woman and touches the woman. So the minute your energy touches her or your eyes, you just wasted your attention, your energy. Mike, what in the hell are you talking about? Okay, here's a how. There's an actual series of steps, but I'm going to give you a little smidget of a how. Okay? So when you're in front of a woman, talking to a woman, your awareness should be inside your body, not looking at her. So when you look at a woman, I'm gonna give you a little bit of what I teach in the course. So I'm holding my right hand in front of my face, palm facing me. I'm gonna pull it out about 8 inches or so, and then I'm gonna take my other hand side by side, and then your awareness goes left and right, so it expands to the sides. Okay. Now, if you're in front of me, you could see it. So you have 2 eyes and you have 2 awarenesses. So one awareness expands to the room, okay? It goes left and right, and it actually goes past her. This is another technique which I'll go more in depth in the course. And then your awareness goes behind you, so it expands around you to the room. Your other awareness goes inside your body. That is where your attention is supposed to be. And that is one of the ways to ground yourself energetically or emotionally. By the way, when you ground yourself, it's not a logical thing. In fact, if you're doing it logically, you just disconnected from yourself. You unplugged yourself. What we do is we teach you how to bring your awareness back down inside your body, inside your belly area, and expand it, okay? So as she's talking, that awareness, here's why women test men. You want to know the real answer? Do you want to know the real actual answer? And women are highly aware of this. Like, well, of course, I mean, men don't, no, men think it's like they got to say the right thing when, and when you test them, they're supposed to respond in this. See, you guys are doing everything that's called external. And women are like, is that why men are always like, yeah. And they think they're passing your test. They're like, oh no, that's failing the test. What you are being taught is fucking wrong. By the way, that's British for wrong. Well, at least that's what one of my I had a roommate during my 5-week NLP training, or one of them. Actually, we had a roommate for 2 trainings. And he would always say, wrong. I'm sure he overdid it, but that's the way he said it. So here's the deal. There's something that they're doing. They're testing you in many different ways, but they're only looking for one thing. They're looking to see if they can pull your awareness. Just imagine your awareness goes down in your body. Even if right now, logically, now here's the deal. This is not a logical experience. So you may be going, what the fuck? What are you talking about? My attention inside my belly. What the fuck? Mike, you're weird. And yet I'm the guy that gets the girls. And I'll prove it right in front of your face. So, okay, here's a way I can explain it. So imagine you're looking at me. Let's say you're standing in front of me, about 3-4 feet in front of me. You're looking at me, and I'm talking to you, right? And I said, before I mentioned it, in fact, it's going to happen right now. Before I mentioned it, you didn't even notice the back of your left elbow. Bam! That's where your awareness went. In order to understand the sentence, real quick, your awareness went to the back of your left elbow. So that's all I'm talking about. You could literally do that. You could put your awareness on the back of your left elbow as you're talking to a girl. And here's what it does. It gives her space. But most men, they bring the awareness up in their forehead and they push it into her face, into her right eye, and it pushes her. And women say it all the time. My ex-girlfriend used to call it the laser beam. Oh, God, I hate it when men laser beam me. Oh, my God. Every woman, even teenage girls, know exactly what this means, and they all fucking hate it, and every man on the planet does it. Now, here's the worst part. You guys are listening to these stoic videos thinking, yes, I'm going to be stoic, meaning, see, when you listen to a man's voice like this, it's tight and it's uptight, which means he's stuck in his fucking forehead, which means you're doing the laser beam. That's not stoic. Stoic is completely opposite of that. It's when you completely let go. It's when you completely let go and your awareness expands on its own. If you're focusing left, right, up, down, front, back, peripheral, if you're focusing, you're not doing it right. It's about completely letting go. So here's the test. Women are like a cat. They love the cat and mouse game. They love to chase the mouse. Once they catch the mouse, the game is over and they lose interest. Here's what I mean. When your awareness is inside your body, you are literally listening to your body. Now, what do you mean listening? I mean you're feeling your body. When a woman says, think before you talk, she literally means feel what those words feel like when you say them. So if someone said it to you, how would that make you feel? So women use the word think, but to a woman, what she means think, she actually means sense and feel. The emotions, like how would those words make you feel? Is that how I want to make her feel? So when you have internal awareness, you begin to learn how to do this. Now, if a woman can get you to come out of your awareness, see, here's the deal. Women love men that are highly aware. Guess where your awareness is? Yep, it's inside your body. When your awareness is inside your body, you are tuned into your 5 senses, the radar that's around your body, just like the radar on a submarine. If you go up in your head, you disconnected from your radar. You disconnected from your 5 senses. Now you're in your logic. You have no awareness around you, and that's what women don't like. If she can get you to go up in your forehead and lose awareness, game over. She just caught you. So imagine this. It comes up through your belly, up your chest, through your throat, up in your head, and out your forehead. And now she grabbed on it. It's like a rope she can jerk you around with. And women will fuck with you. They will jerk you around. They'll bring you in front of the girlfriend and say, hey, look at this little bitch I got. And they will jerk you around. They'll humiliate you. And that's why a lot of you guys get hurt, because they are hurting you. They are humiliating you. Because they have no respect for men that are stuck in their logic. And by the way, if you're stuck in life, it's because you're stuck in your logic. Now, if you are up in your forehead, you are not, N-O-T, not grounded. Women feel comfortable with men that are grounded because then the energy expands open versus being tiny, tight little, sharp laser beam. Here's the deal. This is a lot harder to explain using words versus showing you how to do it. And when you physically experience it, you'll be like, oh shit, this, yep. Every client I've had, it's like, oh my God, I remember my mom saying this when I was a kid about being grounded, emotionally grounded, down to earth. And man, I didn't even know that I didn't even know. And they're like, now I understand what the fuck it means. It's not your logic, guys. It's not your head. Women do not like to be heady, meaning stuck up in their head. If you're stuck up in your head, she gets stuck in her head. If you drop down into your body, it allows her to drop down into her body. Now here's the deal. This is very comforting to her. It makes her feel very, very comfortable. Guess what? She's talking to you, having an experience with you. You drop your awareness inside her body, which allows her to drop her awareness down inside her body. I'm telling you right now, women hate being in their head. It makes them feel stuck. It makes them feel trapped. They don't like it. When you can open up and drop down inside, she will follow after a few minutes, and now she feels this good, comfortable, relaxed feeling, and she's feeling it with you. So now her body is connecting good feelings with you, which means now she likes you. This is what women say, I'm looking for a man who can lead me. Lead her where? Inside. If you can't get inside you, you can't lead her. Because she goes mental, then emotional, and then sexual. So if you're inside, she can follow you, and now you're leading. This is literally leading a woman into the bedroom, meaning leading her to sex. But the male external brain goes, you mean like get up from the couch and grab her hand and like walk her into the bedroom? No, see, that's external. That's the external brain. So when a woman says something right brain, internal, meaning inside her body, lead her into the bedroom. It means metaphorically lead her to her groin, sexual. Okay, let's go on to the next thing that this Stoic guy talks about. When a man learns to pause instead of pursuing, his silence carries more impact than his words ever did. First of all, this is very, very true. But again, he never teaches you, well, what is this and how do you do it? So here's what it literally means. It's the same thing when Bruce Lee says, empty your mind, be formless, be shapeless, my friend. When a cup is full, it overflows. But when it's empty, and I actually forget what he says after that, when it's empty, now you can receive. So here's what it means. It means to silence your mind completely. And I mean completely. Now this guy in the video, I guarantee you, if I were to ask him, well, what does that mean and how do you do it? He'd be like, you just don't talk. So wrong. So wrong. You can actually talk with your words out of your mouth, but you have to do it with an empty mind and an empty heart and an empty solar plexus and an empty belly. What do you mean, Mike? There are techniques that I will teach you. They're called internal and emotionally grounding techniques, okay? What it will do when you get good at it, it's like it empties your mind, like there's not a single thought. It's like meditation. Some people call this walking meditations, or it's a walking meditation technique, or a series of them. It's not easy to do at first, but we'll walk you through, condition this into you over and over, and you'll get to a place. When you work with me, I will take you there. My energy will guide you to it, and you'll be like, whoa. It's like there's not a single thought. Even in your heart area, there's not a single emotion. In your belly area, there's not any energy at all. It's completely dead stop. Now, What I'm talking about when you empty your mind and you empty your heart and solar plexus and belly, this allows you to receive her words in fullness and complete. You don't interrupt her. Here's the other thing that most men do. You think and think, let me think about that. Let me think. No, 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 no. Stop. No, stop. When someone is talking and you have complete silence, now they know they're being listened to. But what do men do? Let me think about what she's talking. What am I going to say next? Let me think. The minute you think, you're missing communication. You completely blocked. It's like you closed the door and you're not hearing what she's saying. Best case scenario, you're intermixing it 50-50 and you're kind of hearing words, kind of not. That's why a lot of times when men respond to women, she's like, that's not what I'm saying. You're like, well, you just said this and this. And she's like, no, that's not what I said. Women hate it when they have to re-explain themselves 10 freaking times about the same exact thing. And all you had to do was listen the first time. But Mike, I was listening. I was listening and thinking about what I was going to say next. No, you're not listening then. I mean a complete empty mind, a complete empty heart, a complete empty belly area. No thoughts, no feelings, no emotions. Complete emptiness where you can receive from the first word to the last word, whether it's 1 paragraph or 10 paragraphs or a whole chapter. See, when you receive all of her words, now you can understand at least 90% of what she's saying. If you're constantly interrupting and thinking is interrupting, even if your mouth isn't talking. That's what a lot of guys think. Well, don't say anything, right, Mike? No, don't think anything. When I'm talking to a woman, my mind is completely empty. It's blank. My heart is completely blank because I'm receiving her emotions, her reactions, her eye movements as I'm talking to her. Again, this is a technique I'm going to have to teach you, or a series of techniques I'm going to have to teach you how to do. But just so you know, it has nothing to do with the words coming out of your mouth. It has to do with the silence of your mind and your heart so you can receive her fully. Like Bruce Lee says, don't think, feel. When you're receiving her words, you're receiving the energy of the words like atoms and electrons spinning, and therefore you're receiving the emotions and feelings of her words. And that's what women mean when they say listen to understand. They really should say listen to feel the emotions I'm expressing. That is understanding. Hearing words, that's meaningless. It's emptiness. It's like 1% of communication. When women tell a man, well, why don't you think before you talk? Because men will say the stupidest things. She's kind of making a mistake. She doesn't understand that when men hear the word think, they go into their logical brain. When a woman says think, she means go into your emotional brain and feel the words before you talk. So how would this feel to you if someone said this to you? And emotionally sense it. And then you can adjust your communication. Go, oh yeah, that would actually hurt my feelings, or that would embarrass me, or oh yeah, in this situation, that would be kind of stupid to say. So then you adjust your communication before you talk. You have to feel what you're about to say. So a lot of times when women say think, they actually mean feel. Okay, here's the next one. So he says, then there is emotional control. Wrong. It's not control, it's letting go. So he says, then there is emotional control. The rarest skill, the most misunderstood strength. Yeah, because most men focus. That's not letting go. That's not... How to explain this? Okay, when you're in your thinking brain, that's when you're emotional. That's when you ping pong, get angry. It's easier to push your buttons. And this is the test that women are going to do to you. They're going to see if they can get you in your ego, if it's easy to push your buttons. And you go up in your forehead, now you have all the energy that's concentrated. So if you have shame and it's concentrated, you're really going to feel it. But if you have expanded awareness, the shame just flows and it's more comfortable. If you have anger and it's expanded, well, that anger has room to move and expand, and therefore it's not concentrated anger. That's the difference. When it's in your ego, your forehead, it's concentrated like a laser beam. So the minute he starts using the word control your emotions, no, it's not controlling your emotions. It's allowing your emotions, expanding and allowing your emotions to expand by completely and totally letting go. Listen to what Abhinav says about this subject right here in an interview we did.
But there is one thing though, like it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. I tried pushing it for a long time, like I gotta let go, let go, let go. It doesn't happen that way.
Hmm.
It'll happen when it's supposed to. So.
Do you remember when I said I grabbed a bottle, used the cork, and I said, "This is my entire course right here, and especially the techniques we're doing to let go." I go, "Here it is. Ready? Let go."
Hmm.
I go, "The reason why you're not opening up is because you're trying, which means you're pushing the door closed and you're holding it."
Yeah.
Now, at the time, I want to bring this up. Did a lot of the concepts that I taught you back then, like self-love, we'll talk about that in a second, did they seem really weird? Or did they seem like it doesn't make sense? Or it's not working?
Well, all of the above, actually, because they didn't make sense, and because of that, they didn't work. And it's like I thought the biggest thing for me was the biggest hurdle was that I thought that I understood them. I thought that I understood them, and for whatever reason, they just were not working. That was my biggest hang-up.
Right.
I really thought like I understood the internal awareness, letting go, and self-love, and this and that, but it just wasn't happening. Um,
Why? What were you doing? You said the word.
because
You
I
were
was
thinking,
pushing it.
and you were in thinking is pushing.
Mm.
Now, if you don't know this, the left brain is what we call the push energy system. It's the push system. The right brain is the open and receiving system, like a funnel receiving water, versus a hose pushing the water out. Okay, there's push energy and receiving energy. When we learn how to use these in, I don't know what's the word, like synchronicity, like together in flow, all of a sudden women are highly attracted to you, and that's what I teach you in my course. Now, this whole stoic video thing, you're just wasting your time, guys. I'm telling you, you're just learning. You're hearing left brain things from the left brain. They're not even mentioning here's how you do it in the right brain way, and that's what my course is about. The rarest skill, the most misunderstood strength, is learning how to let go, and that opens you up to your power. Think of it as a door. When you let it go, it opens up on its own because it has a slight tilt, right? Whereas most men push, and they're pushing the door closed into the door frame. They're like, well, why won't it budge? Why am I so stuck? Because you're making yourself stuck. You've got the brakes on. It's like pushing on the brakes in a fucking car. You're not going to go anywhere. Let go. The male brain is literally designed, the left brain is literally designed to put on the brakes. For a man to let go of that, it is such a weird concept. And I understand you guys, I respect it. You're going to have some faith when you take this course. Here's the deal though, when I teach you the techniques, it'll happen. I absolutely promise you, it'll happen. Okay, let's listen to a few pieces here where Benev talks about my course and what we're talking about here.
See something. So go ahead.
It was about my sister.
It was
How she was going so fast and
in life.
so far in life, and I felt like I wasn't.
Yeah. So his sister, I think, at this point was a junior or senior in college.
She was a junior, I think.
And I believe she was in Europe.
She was.
And she was having her life was just boom, 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 boom. She's getting through college. She's going to Europe. She's doing this. And I don't remember if it was you. Might have been someone. Was she part of a business doing an internship or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she got the internship. She went to Europe. And Ben was like, I don't get it, And your sister's younger than you, right?
2 years younger.
Yeah. So Ben was like, why isn't this happening to me? What's going on? A lot of times we get stuck. And we don't know why. Like I'm smarter than this guy. I got better grades. Why is he just going right past me? There's a lot of different reasons, and we're going to talk about one thing we did with the benefit. So as you were talking about it, I saw something, and I don't know how to say like I saw it. It's more like an energetic thing. It's like, oh shit, it's right there. It's like, got it. But I think I got it because his energy was ready to heal at that time. Does that make sense now that you look back? Or if it doesn't, that's fine.
Yeah.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was I noticed. God, how do I say this? Okay, this is how to say it. A Benev was disconnected from himself. Would you say there's some truth to that?
Yeah, a lot of truth.
A lot disconnected.
Yeah.
And you had that question mark thing going on. Where am I?
Probably had like 2 or 3 question mark things going on because I felt so alienated from myself. Like I couldn't. I would sometimes. It was so bad that sometimes I would be walking down the street and end up somewhere completely where I didn't want to be and just be like, how the hell did I get here? Yeah.
Okay. So my course is not understood through thinking about it. It's understood by letting go of thinking. Now that's a weird. Most men are like, "What the? This guy's fucking nuts. What you talking about?" And didn't it seem like that at times? Like, what? Dude, not making any sense.
Well, I was willing to hear and believe everything you said, but it's like to guys that's so abnormal. You
Even
just
to
like, what
you,
the fuck?
especially to you, because you used to be Mr. Thinker.
Yeah. You just like, what the fuck does that mean?
Your thinking, guys, is getting in your way. Do you see that now?
Yes.
You know why I know that he sees that? Because and I think I mentioned in the last video, but we bumped into each other. We haven't talked for a year. And we went to the same restaurant, just, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? And I looked at it like, I go, wow, you really changed. And he's like, yep, because I'm finally doing what you taught me now because I get it now. And it's obvious. It's so obvious. Proud of yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, life is good, man. Again, I'm not a master at this or anything, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Go ahead.
I feel like I've just started to get the hang of this, and it's making my life awesome. It's making my life awesome. If getting girls is good, but getting happy is even better. It's more than happiness, though. I would say it's fulfillment. It's if you feel like you're missing something in your life and you wake up every day looking for it, he's got it.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say about a Ben of his I should pull up a picture, an image or video of him where his haircut. He just used to get this flat haircut with the barber would use like a one or two on the side, like a 2 or 3 on the top. It was a really simple, round, flat haircut. He completely changed. Now, here's what happens when you learn to open up. You start to develop a sense of style. Now, he never wore a leather jacket. He never dressed up with designer jeans. He had just horrible clothing, t-shirts. The guy completely changed his life in less than a year. Here's another thing that happened. When I first met him, he was working at a kiosk at the mall. Hated his job, wasn't getting paid shit. And when he took because I kept telling him, like, well, why don't you get a better job? He said, well, I can't get a better job. And that's because he was in his left brain. The left brain is singularness of focus. You feel like, well, this is the only girl I can get. So you cling on to her for life, even though she treats you like shit. Same thing with the job. You cling on to it, even though it's like, dude, you're making minimum wage. You can get any job anywhere. So he went from living on the couch in his mother's apartment living room to he went from that job and he got a job working literally, I think from his front door was like 200 feet or something he worked at Domino's Pizza. Immediately they paid him $5 more than where he used to work. He's making more money, and I think it was like 6 months later, or I'm not sure how long, he's like, well, why don't I get a better job? So he got a security job. Now they're paying him like $5 more than that. So all of a sudden he's got enough money. He got his own little house. It was a rich guy, had a home, and down the hill he made this little, like, it was about the size of a small garage. He made like a little home. So Benef had his own little, like, 1-bedroom kind of apartment home thing. He had his own bathroom, his own shower. He had his own space. So all of a sudden he's dressing nice, he's making more money, he's dating girls, and he's got his own place. And this all happened within about a year to maybe a year and a half. My course, Crack the Female Code, is way more than just picking up on girls. It's about showing you how to access your real, true power from the source. If you want to get started in advancing your life, buy my book, Crack the Female Code, now. Better yet, get the ultimate package, which has my book, Crack the Female Code, and all my other dating and relationship books, okay? Everything is 40% off right now. Use the code RETURN2POWER, one word, and get your 40% discount. Remember, $79 per session right now for any one-on-one coaching or healing session. Also, my course, Crack the Female Code, is on a major discount right now. If you want to get on it, you got to contact me before December 31st, and you have to set up the date within 4 to 6 weeks after that. That's it, guys. Click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and remember, buy one of my books now. Go to MikeKollin.com.